Well, I mean, I have to look at it. I know he created some plays. And the guy's just had a phenomenal year, and I'll stand on the table for him being Defensive Player of the Year. I mean,
in the league.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, is there anybody else that's done the things that he's done? I mean, the guy's just a great football player, but all in all, I'm really proud of our seniors. We've won a lot of football games with those guys. We've won several championships, and that's I'm really proud for them and happy for them. They finished strong, and we got another one. We got 2 more to play, and we still got a lot of goals we can accomplish, and we're real happy for our seniors.
When you look at what those guys did today, I think the seniors accounted for about 4 or 5 turnovers. They've got over 1,000 tackles between them. How much are you going to miss that group next year?
We are. It's just like every other year. That's the one thing exciting about college football is every year is a different year. And you got new faces. You got but those guys are going to be missed. And you can take a guy like Cam Chancellor, who's been a big part of 2 ACC championships, and or Nikos Brown, or Demetrius Taylor. Really proud of what he's done. Kadero Thompson. I mean, I could go on and on. I mean, Stephon Virgil, Dorian Porch, Cam Martin. I mean, Cam's been a guy that's just been a great leader. He's not 100%, but he's never griped and never complained, and he knows his role, and that's just what makes this team special and makes this program special. Is you got a lot of guys that give themselves for their teammates, and that's kind of what we did today.
Would you have ever dreamed when you first met Cody Grimm when he was a 175-pound walk-on 4 years ago, that he was going to be this player? Well, that you would say, I'm going to stand up on the table for
I knew that. I knew his brother played for us, and was a heck of a player, and Chad, and Cody was even a better player, and I'm just glad he grew and got a little bigger, and but Cody's one of those guys. He's got that it factor. He's one of those. He's got whatever that it is. He has it, and he makes the plays. He's around the ball. He's faster than you give him credit being. He's more athletic than you give him credit being. He's just, he's just a great football player, and and he's had a great senior season.
How much does a first play like that kind of set a tone for you guys?
Well, I said pretty good, especially when we had a couple plays there early. I mean, I think that does set a tone and maybe get some doubt in the other team's mind early. And we were able to put points on the board. You'd like to have 20, you'd like to have 14, but we end up with 10. But that's big. It kind of sets the tone early, and and gets our guys juiced in playing. But we really challenged our kid this week. We thought this was the best offense in the ACC. You have dynamic quarterback. You got I think an outstanding physical tailback. You got a receiving core that's big and athletic. It was just it was a tremendous challenge for us, and it challenged us to if we wanted to be the type of team and defense that we need to end up being, we need to go play well today, and we did for the most part. We really did.
About mid-season, you were saying that you can't have a top 10 defense every year, that kind of thing. It looks like now you have a chance.
I don't know. I don't even know where the stats are.
Well, it's the 3rd straight game you've held an opponent under 280 yards.
Yeah, well,
what's the turning point there?
I don't know. It's always a work in progress. We've quit giving up big plays. They hit one today, and but we've been consistent on that part of it, and we've kept them out of the end zone for the most part, and. But it's just guys taking great pride in knowing what the tradition is around here, and what the expectations are around here, and I think guys stepping up to the plate and really being demanding and doing things the right way, being disciplined, and that's what it takes to play defense. I mean, we're used to being a good tackling team and all those type of things, and being disciplined, and I think the kids took ownership here down the stretch. As far as being accountable to each other to go out there and do the job that they're supposed to do and capable of doing.
In all your years of coaching, have you ever had a guy like Graham go from walk-on to starter to now you're an ACC Player of the Year potentially?
Well, John Engelberger was probably another guy like that. John was a guy that I recruited as a walk-on kid that played 9 years in the NFL. Was really a great player, and an all-league player, and he helped us play for a national championship. And that's the beauty about college football, and that's the beauty, I guess, about recruiting. There's no if you knew all that, you could look in a crystal ball and see all those things. You recruit those guys all the time. But the one thing I'm proud of is Cody's a guy though that, as I said earlier, just a very unique football player. As you look at him, you wouldn't assume he's a big-time football player, but he plays big, and just really happy for him. And like I said, proud of the senior class. Right?
Being a a Northern Virginia guy. Was Grimm technically your guy?
No, he was over at Oakton. You know, we split against Northern Virginia. Northern Virginia has grown so much that he was at. I don't have that school, but very much aware of that. I mean, you know, a lot of those guys, you know, will call me. And, you know, even on the other side, they're still there, like Joe Thompson. He'd call him on to make sure that I felt like Cody could play at this level. And, you know, we look at him. I mean, and because the way walk-ons are now, the way with Title IX and our numbers are, you've got to, when you invite a kid as a recruited walk-on, you know, you're bringing a guy in that, you know, you feel like has a chance maybe to help you down the road. And not all of them developed that way, but, you know, this one did, and real happy for him. They're real happy for us when it's all said and done.
Hey, Bud, how would you?
Two more questions.
How would you say the defense is clicking today?
Well, I thought we played well. You know, we had a couple third. I haven't seen the stats. I know this when we make an offense one-dimensional, that gives you an opportunity. You know, and we kept a ground game in check. You know. And then we were able to get some pressure on the quarterback, was really big. They hit a couple plays, which, you know, you're always going to wish they didn't do that. But, you know, when you keep this team that's been averaging over 31 points a game and, you know, and averaging around 400 yards a game to the numbers we held them to today, I thought our kids did a great job.
Yeah, 26 yards rushing.
Is that what it finally was? And that's big. Anytime you can make an offense one-dimensional, that's really big. Yeah, you're welcome.
You talked earlier this year when Harris came in here for the Miami game about the need to get on him. He's played some good quarterbacks since then, but Russell's pretty good as well. What did you see on film about how important it was going to be to
keep him contained? That was our #1 deal. And, you know, and we need to do a good job of, you know, of leveraging the ball and all those type of things. And, you know, we really, and we did that for the most part. We were able to get some good pressure on him. You know, he was a guy that you know, because of his height, he likes to escape outside. And, you know, we were able to get some good pressure coming from the outside. And you know, we were able to keep him contained and create some big plays. So that was a big part of, you know, our strategy was to keep him contained. And but I tell you what, he's a dynamic player. He made some plays, you know, made them early. And we did made some adjustments and things. But then our offense, you know, got him in a situation where they had to throw the ball, and that allowed us to, you know, be a little bit more free with our pressures and that type of deal.
Thank you, Coach.
Yeah.